I'm Todd Dunn, and this morning I'm back in Bar Harbor at the Bar Harbor Regency Oceanfront Resort for my second vaccine shot. And while I'm here, we'll look around the town a little bit and see what's going on. Right now I have about 8 minutes to kill before my appointment, so I'm going to walk out to the waterfront and we will see what there is to see out there today. It's a beautiful sunny day and quite calm, so the water should be quite pretty. So let's take a walk. Well, today the vaccine shot is going to be in this little waterfront building that's part of the resort. They've moved it, and here's the view out over Frenchman Bay at 9 o'clock in the morning here on April 9, 2021. Very nice calm day. Beautiful view. Some of the hills on the mainland across. Little distant clouds, maybe even some fog over that way. There's been little change in the hotel here since I was here 4 weeks ago to the day. And the only change I notice is there's no snow on the ground. There were patches of snow and ice last time. And the grass is a little bit greener. It does not look like the hotel has done any work to sort of tidy up the grounds, start landscaping for the summer. So we'll take a look, see if the pool is still filled with hard water, as I called it last time. And then I think I'll be just about due to go down for my appointment. Here we go. Little pool cabana bar. Looks just the same. Ooh, they have the gate to the pool open. And they've drained the pool, except for just a little water in the bottom. Looks like they simply set up a siphon with a hose and let it go. You can see what the view is like from the swimming pool ground out over the water. And the main part of the hotel does not look changed at all. So I think it's going to be a while before this hotel opens up for the season. Probably about a month and a half at least. Most of the hotels are open by about the 20th of May. That's usually about as early as they open. So I'm going to walk up and get my second Moderna COVID-19 shot, and then we'll head into town proper. Well, it's about 20 minutes later and my shot is over with. So I'm now fully vaccinated. I guess I have about 2 weeks to wait. And the next thing is to see if I have any significant side effects from this second shot. Still a few people walking around here, so I had to put the mask back on. But we're all set, and now we'll head into town proper. This hotel is a bit west of town, and I think I'll show you the drive into town from here. Okay, I'm waiting to get out of the Bar Harbor Regency Waterfront Resort, and that could be an issue here in the summer because this is the main road into Bar Harbor. And even now in April there's enough traffic that I've been waiting several minutes for a break. And their sign is big enough that in order to get out, you have to pull pretty much out into the road to see past it. Anyway, here we go. We're going to head toward Bar Harbor. As you can see, there are lots of hotels along here on both sides of the road. None of them are open yet, although there are some people working here. The only work I noticed that they'd done at the Bar Harbor Regency was they had repainted the lines in the parking lot. Here we are, waiting for a power company or phone company truck to do something there. Another one of the waterfront hotels over here. And we're only a couple of minutes from downtown, assuming that there aren't more delays like this one where they're working on apparently the phone line. Yeah. So you can see lots of hotels here on both sides. Ranging from small motels to large hotels up on the hill. And on the left right now, we're going past the College of the Atlantic, which is a small liberal arts college that specializes in what they call human ecology. And for you electric car people, College of the Atlantic is one of the very few places in Bar Harbor where there is a publicly accessible electric car charging station. Other than it exists, I don't know any more about it than that. Now, some of the hotels have electric car charging, but I believe they restrict access to their customers. And here we are, just about into town. I'm going to turn left at the next street, which is Cottage Street, and I'm going to head over to the grocery store because my wife gave me a grocery list. So here we go, down Cottage Street. It's not very crowded, although there are a lot of cars parked out here. I suspect there are people working on getting businesses ready to open. And we'll be at the grocery store in just a second. And as you can see, $2.81 for regular gas here today. And here is the supermarket, the only supermarket on the island. Yeah, I just pulled out of the grocery store onto Cottage Street, and we're headed toward Main Street. Up there about 2 blocks. And it's still relatively quiet here. Fair number of cars on the street. They appear to be all local. That'll change rather dramatically in a few weeks, when you'll come down here and everybody will be from out of state. I have seen some tourist cars at trailheads over in the seawall area. As a matter of fact, earlier this week I went by the Ship Harbor Trail, and 100% of the cars had out-of-state license plates. Well, here we are at Main Street, and we'll do the usual. We'll go down to the waterfront, see how it looks down there, and then we'll come up, take a look in Agamont Park, and cruise through town. There's the water. Very calm today, so I shouldn't have any wind problems with sound. And the grass is greening up nicely in Agamont Park. Plenty of parking and still no parking meters. I think they come back in about a month. And somebody getting ready to do some lobster fishing. A truckload of traps. And let's head over here. Not too much trouble finding a spot to park. It's a little different than the last time I was here. Okay, I'm masked up. This is Bar Harbor after all, and they still have a mask mandate for being out on the street. Because Maine is actually experiencing a COVID surge. I just heard on the radio that the state had nearly 500 new cases today, which is the highest it's been for months. So let's go take a look. Okay, in contrast to last time I was here, the tide is on the way in today. Looks like it's nearly high. And the bar over to Bar Island is submerged. So last time I was here, there was a car driving across the bar in the rain. And I don't think anybody would try that now. There's Bar Island, which is in Acadia National Park. And interestingly enough, the islands here are actually part of a town over on the Schoodic Peninsula, not part of the town of Bar Harbor. And I can see a skiff on a mooring, so there's one lobster boat out. It's a perfect day to be out. Absolutely flat, just a few little wind ripples. Beautiful, beautiful weather here today. It's about 52 degrees. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. And it's just a spectacular day here for April 9th. Some years we've had snow at this time of year. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here. There's the Bar Harbor Inn. Looking quiet. I don't think it's open yet. And you can see Agamont Park there starting to green up, and there are a few people up there. So let's head up Main Street and I'll park there and we'll walk out into Agamont Park and get the view from up there. Well, I'm in the middle of Main Street now. As you can see, the traffic is pretty heavy. Oh my gosh, there's a car coming. Better get out of the road. And here we are, Agamont Park. Very quiet. Grass is definitely starting to green up. That is a bad omen. That means I'm probably going to have to mow my lawn fairly soon. There are actually a few people here, but it's a little less crowded than it will be on an August morning. It's about 10 a.m. Okay, here we go, looking out over the Porcupine Islands, Bar Island, and Frenchman Bay from Agamont Park. And here is the lower part of Main Street. And as you can see, it's pretty quiet. Not much of anything is open down here. So let's head over and go up Main Street a little bit just to see how it looks. Well, here we are on Main Street, walking away from the water, and still plenty of parking available. And The crowds on the street are a little oppressive though. I can see some people about a block up there. Sherman's bookstore here is open. One of very few businesses that remains open all year. And here is Hodge Street. We just came down from the supermarket, and it's busy but quiet for this time of year. And it looks like the Chocolate Emporium is open. If you need a chocolate fix. First tourist-oriented business that I've noticed that was open. Oh, the Fossils and Minerals store is open. And across the road there's another store open. So the tourist businesses are starting to open up. I suspect that those businesses are being run by their owners right now. Fun stuff and apparel seems to be open. Looks like their door is open. So it's starting to open up here. And the season is getting going. Although there are very, very few tourists here. Here's a New Hampshire license plate, so there's at least one carload of tourists. Oh, and a Connecticut license plate. So 2 carloads of tourists here today. I think that unless they hit every store that's open, they're not going to help the tourist business very much. And we'll go across the street and back down to my truck. Here's a rare view looking toward the waterfront on Main Street, and looking the other way just to show you the difference between Main Street in April, and I'll probably be back over here this summer and I'll show you Main Street in July or August. Chamber of Commerce Information Center is open. One thing I noticed that's a difference from the last time I came here is that although people have masks draped down around their necks, a lot of them aren't wearing them. Despite the fact that there is still a statewide mask mandate for public spaces. It's pretty quiet here. Let's raise this up. See the waterfront as we walk down to my truck. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this part of the video, and we'll shoot a little more on the way out of town. Okay, I thought I'd just take a quick stop here at the Village Green and brave the crowds. 2 people over there. 3. Oh my gosh. There's the fire department. And the grass is greening up nicely here. It's quite pleasant. No leaves on the trees though. Although, I guess they're starting to sprout over there. But other than that, not much. Okay, let's continue out of town. Yep, pulling away from the Village Green and heading out of town. Yeah, despite seeing, I think, a total of 3 out-of-state cars parked on Main Street, the vast majority of the cars here are local Maine cars. Oh, there's one from Florida. What are they doing here? And somebody from Texas. So it's tourists are starting to show up, and they are taking pictures and walking around. I don't know where they're staying. There are very, very few inns that are open. I suppose they might be going to an Airbnb or Vrbo home rental, but that would be just about it in terms of options. As we come back to the boundary between the Maine part of town and the western part of town, this is the grade school, and we'll soon be exiting Bar Harbor Village. The village is actually quite small, but it is the major population concentration on the island. Just about out of the village. And I think we just left the village of Bar Harbor. So now we're in the countryside. And I'll keep recording for a little bit until we get up to the Eagle Lake Carriage Road access, and we'll see if the carriage roads are open yet. We've got 6 days before the Park Loop Road and the road to the top of Cadillac Mountain are scheduled to open on April 15. Of course, that could be delayed if we have bad weather. A little snow will slow down the opening rather a lot. Haven't got very far to go here. Very, very quickly get out of town and back into Acadia National Park. Here is the entrance. If you wanted to go up the road to Cadillac Mountain, about 90 seconds out of Bar Harbor, and these cars parked alongside here are there because the road is still closed, but people like to walk and bike on it, so you can just park along the road here and head up. And this is the bridge that the road crosses the main highway on its way toward Cadillac Mountain and Jordan Pond. And we're back in Acadia National Park now. And we don't have too far to go until we get to Eagle Lake. Now, the Eagle Lake Carriage Road access is probably the busiest carriage road access in the park, simply because it's so close to Bar Harbor, where most of the people stay. As you see, we'll be there in just a minute. We're less than 5 minutes since I pulled out from the village green. See the sign for Eagle Lake Carriage Road access right up ahead. There it is. And we'll be at the access point in just a minute. And there it is, and I can see they've got a line of cones across the entrance to the parking area, so that means that the carriage roads are still closed. And over here is Eagle Lake. You can see it through the woods. Okay, that wraps up my visit to Bar Harbor for April 9, 2021. I'm on my way home now, where hopefully I won't have any significant side effects from my second dose of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel to get notification that there are more videos like this and boating videos, which will be starting soon. So, thanks for watching, and see you at my next video.